tarjimon tarafidan o'zbek tiliga o'girilib boriladi. Agarda kimda-kim
kuzatib boraverasiz.
Bu nutqni tinglash maqsadida bo'ladigan bo'lsa, PDF orqali ulanishingizni hammangizdan iltimos qilamiz. E'tiboringizda Jordan Belfort, marhamat.
Anybody here speak English?
Bu yerda kim gapiradigan bormi?
What did he say? All right. So we're doing consecutive translation, which means that every 10 or 15 seconds I have to stop so the translator can do their thing. There's two girls here, well, also by the way.
Sizlardan insyonni rivojlantirishga juda ham ko'p imkoniyatlar bor.
And while that's true, there's also something amazing about a smaller country like this that's on the way up. Because you guys are well organized and you're on the way up. So there's so much opportunity right now in Uzbekistan. So if you're willing to work hard and use some of the things I'm going to teach you today, you can make a fortune in this country right now. I believe that.
O'zbekistonni boshqa davlatlarga solishtirganda, u hamma tomondan to'g'ri yo'lda borayotgan davlat va hamma tomondan to'g'ri jamlangan. Sizlarda O'zbekistonda bundan ham buyuk muvaffaqiyatlarga olib chiqishga sizlarda imkoniyatlar juda ham ko'p.
So in terms of owning a business, starting a business, and growing a business, right? There are certain rules, strategies, so to speak, that allow you, almost ensure you to be massively successful.
Juda ham omadli va biznesda omadli inson bo'lish uchun juda ham ko'p strategiyalar va ma'lum bir yo'nalishlar bor.
Now, on some level, like I came here today, they asked me to speak primarily about sales, persuasion, how to close the deal.
Hozir men sizlarga biznesda qanday muvaffaqiyatli sotish haqida trening o'tkazmoqchiman.
But I just want I know there's a lot of business people here, owners of companies, people that want to start companies, right? So I just want you to be aware that sales is one very important aspect. In fact, it's the most important aspect of any business, the ability to close the deal.
Hozir bu joyda har xil kompaniya rahbarlari, biznes boshliqlari o'tirgan bo'lishi mumkin. Men lekin shuni aytmoqchimanki, har qanday biznesda sotish usulini bilish eng muhim ahamiyatga ega.
But there are other things that also need to happen as well.
Va hozir meni diqqat bilan tinglashlaringizni iltimos qilaman.
So, for example, like in a well-run business, right? Just see, I want to just frame this idea here, right? So when you own a business, right, what you're doing is the purpose of a business is to deliver value. You're delivering value in the form of goods, services, to solve people's problems.
Biznes haqida gaplashaylik. Biznes o'zi nima? Bu yerda siz har bir mahsulotni sotishingiz mumkin. Bunda sizda har xil mahsulot bo'lishi mumkin. Uni qanday sotishni bilishingiz kerak bo'ladi.
And I don't mean that some stupid, like, you know, like you're learning this in school. I mean, talking in the real world. Just you need to remember this, that at the end of the day, when you own a business, you are looking to solve some group of people's problems. It could be a small problem, it could be a big problem. When I say problem, that just be, you know, having something to eat or something to drink or whatever it might be. That's what I mean when I say problem.
Men hozir sizlarga qandaydir bir ahmoqona ma'lumotlar bilan bo'lish niyatim yo'q. Bular shunday qoidaki, maktabdagina o'rgatilmaydi. Misol uchun, bu biznesni boshqarish degani, biznesni yo'lga qo'yish degani faqatgina mahsulotlarni sotish emas, sizning qo'l ostingizda ishlayotgan odamlarning muammolarini yechish hamdir.
So when people, business owners, think about how do I make more money? How do I grow my business? Well, at the end of the day, what it really comes out to is You have to figure out a way, in a cost-effective way, to reach more people, to solve more people's problems.
Siz buning oldini biznesimni qanday yo'lga qo'yaman, qanday yuksak pog'onalarga erishaman degan savolni oldingi ko'z oldingizga qo'yishingiz kerak. Har kuni ishdan keyin uyga kelganingizda o'zingizga shu savolni berishingiz kerak. Biznesimni qanday yo'lga qo'ya olaman? Mening qo'l ostida ishlayotgan odamlarga qanday ko'proq daromad berish qo'limdan keladi degan savollarni o'z oldingizga qo'yib, shularning javobini topishingiz kerak bo'ladi.
So I want to write a word here, right? You guys, I know many of you are entrepreneurs, right? Entrepreneurs, business owners, or you want to be, right? So as entrepreneurs, right, you're in the business of solving problems. The more people that you can solve a problem for, the more money that you make.
Agar siz qancha ko'p, hozir men qarashingiz mumkin doskaga, bu yerda bu tijorat yo'li deb yozdim. Biznesda ko'p muammolarni yechish orqali siz ko'proq mablag'larga erishishingiz mumkin.
So imagine, I'm going to use this word product. That just represents whatever you're selling, whatever problem you're solving, you solve that problem by delivering a product. It could be a service, it could be a computer, it could be cutting someone's hair, it could be writing a copy for them and advertising, whatever it is, that is your product.
Endi bizda mahsulot, siz qanday biznesni, misol uchun restoran bo'lishi mumkin, mehmonxona bo'lishi mumkin yoki qandaydir sotuv tijorati bo'lishi mumkin. Lekin sizda biznesdagi eng muhim narsa bu mahsulot. Bularning hammasi mahsulot deb ataladi.
And the idea here, if you're running your business correctly, at the end of the day, the purpose of the business is to deliver this product to people in a way that makes money, that you actually end up with a profit at the end of the day. That's the purpose of the business.
Biznesning maqsadi haqida aytmoqchiman. Biznesning bu agar sizning mahsulotingiz biznesingizda ishlamasa, sizga daromad keltirmasa, u mahsulot hisoblanmaydi. Biznesning eng asosiy maqsadi bu sizning mahsulotingiz sizga daromad keltirishidir.
Now, generally speaking, before we get into sales, I want to just go through this here. So number one, there are two things about your business that you need to be able to do. To really build a business, a big business that makes a lot of fucking money, there's two sides to the equation. There are two sides to it.
Hozir men bu maqsadga erishishni, qanday mahsulot sizga daromad keltirishni tushuntirishdan oldin kelasi strategiya haqida aytib o'tmoqchiman. Bu eng sizga kerakli bo'lgan ikkita yo'l, ikkita tamoyil, qanday biznesni yo'lga qo'yish haqida.
So on one side, you have to learn as a business person to do what I call failing elegantly. How do you fail elegantly? How do you be wrong? As a business owner, you need to learn how to be wrong.
Biznesda bo'lish mumkin. Shunday holatda siz uch usulni bilishingiz kerak. Qanday qilib siz kamchiqlar orqali bankrot sizda yuzaga kelishi mumkin va bundan qanday oson chiqib ketishingizni ham bilishingiz kerak bo'ladi.
And the opposite of that would be failing miserably, meaning that when you are wrong, you start a business, the idea is not quite right, or the way you're selling it is not quite right. You end up losing all of your money, it takes a long time, and you end up going back. That's called failing miserably.
Ikkinchi, bu sizning biznesingizni to'liqroq yo'qotishingiz mumkin. Birinchisi, siz kamchiqlar bilan bankrotga uchrashingiz mumkin yoki biznesingizni yo'qotishingiz mumkin. Uning qarshi tomonida siz butkul hammasini qo'lingizdagi bor mablag'ni biznesingizni butkul yo'qotishingiz mumkin.
The opposite, when you fail elegantly, that means number one, you fail quickly, so it doesn't take you very long to figure out that your business model is not right.
Bu ikkinchisi, siz mag'lubiyatga uchrashingiz, ya'ni bu juda ham tez bo'lishi mumkin. Siz buni o'zingiz sezmay qolishingiz ham mumkin.
Number two, you fail cheaply. It doesn't cost you that much money to figure out that your business model is not right.
Ikkinchisi bu arzon mag'lubiyatga uchrash. Ya'ni bu siz bankrotga uchragan paytingizda ko'p mablag' yo'qotmasligingiz mumkin.
And as this is happening, which is really common, everyone, I'm just telling you, this is what it's really like to be in business. It's very common that the first 2 or 3 times you try to grow your company, you have no idea you want to grow your company, the first few times it's not quite right. You can't get emotional, meaning you can't become emotionally attached to a bad idea.
Har safar siz mag'lubiyatga uchragan paytingizda siz har safar yangidan biznesingizni boshlashingiz kerak bo'ladi va siz bu biznesingizni yaxshi chin yurakdan qabul qilishga, chindan ham uni his qilishga sizda ishonch paydo bo'ladi. Chunki siz o'z biznesingizni yaxshi ko'rsangiz, uni oxirigacha olib borish uchun qo'lingizdan kelgan hamma narsani qilasiz.
So watch, step 1, you start an idea, you start your business, you take action. That's step 1. You take action. 2, you analyze your results. Meaning, you take action, you start your company, you see how it works, you analyze it. If it's not working, you change your approach. And then step 4, you try again. And you keep repeating that process again and again.
Har qanday biznesni boshlashdan oldin boshida sizning boshingizga qandaydir ideya keladi. Ikkinchisi, siz uni yo'lga qo'yish harakatini boshlaysiz va undan keyin bu biznesdan misol uchun qandaydir yo'qotishlar bo'lgan paytda uchinchisi oxirida sizda uni qayta va qayta boshlashga xohish kerak bo'ladi.
Everyone understand this?
Tushundingizmi?
I made this mistake myself when I was 21 years old.
Men 21 yoshda bo'lgan paytimda biznesda juda ham ko'p xatoliklarga yo'l qo'yganman.
My first business was not Wall Street, it was selling meat and seafood.
Birinchi mening boshlagan biznesim ishonchli bo'lmagan edi. Shuning uchun ham unda yo'qotishlar ko'p bo'lgan.
And I made every mistake that a young entrepreneur could make. I was overexpanding, I was undercapitalized, growing on credit. In short, I failed miserably. It took a long time. It took me almost 2 years to go bankrupt, and I lost everything.
Har safar menda bu xatolarni menda ko'p marotaba yuz bergan. Har safar har bir menga kelgan xatolar, men qilgan xatolar menga kuchli bo'lishga va har safar biznesni yaxshiroq o'rganishga yordam bergan.
If I went into that same business today, it would take me literally 30 days to realize the business sucked. I would lose a little bit of money, I would learn, and I would just get out of it. I would realize the business was no good.
Hozirda men biznesni butunlay tushunib yetishimga shuncha yillar davomida qilgan xatoliklarim ko'p yordam bergan va hozir men ishonchli biznesni qurishda bir qaraganda biznesni ishonchli yoki ishonchli emasligini 30 kun ichida ayta olaman.
What you're all about to find out here as you build your companies is a great truth, and here's what it is. Everything looks good on paper.
Hozir bizda bo'layotgan bizneslarda ko'pincha bu strategiyalardan foydalanilmaydi va ko'pincha hozir qog'ozbozliklar ko'payib ketgan.
I can't tell you how many fucking ideas I've seen where you look at the business plan and it all makes sense. The numbers look great, the margins are great, the marketing looks right, it looks good. But when you try to do it in the real world, it doesn't work.
Misol uchun sizda biznes plan bo'lishi mumkin. Hamma xarajatlar yaxshigina hisoblab chiqilgan va siz muvaffaqiyatga erishishingiz kerak bo'lgan sizda biznes reja bo'lishi mumkin. Lekin bu asl hayotda bu chiroyli raqamlar, hamma chiroyli sizga berilgan rejalar har doim ham ishlayvermaydi.
This is why you always want to test your ideas. You have to start small, test your ideas, and see if it actually, in the real world, number one, does it work? Number two, can you scale it?
Muvaffaqiyatli, ishonchli biznesni boshlashdan oldin siz har doim kichkina testdan boshlashingiz kerak. O'zingizda rejangizni testda sinab ko'rishingiz kerak. Birinchisi, bu testda bu biznes reja ishga oshadimi? Ikkinchisi, siz mahsulotingizni sota olasizmi?
It might take 2, 3, or 4 times for you to finally get the right formula just right. And then, once you do, and it's actually working, then you move to the other side of the equation.
Agar sizning biznes rejangizni test holatida ishlagan paytingizda siz muvaffaqiyatga erishsangiz, siz undan ham sizning biznes rejangiz chindan ham muvaffaqiyatli bo'lishiga ishonsangiz, undan keyin siz kelasi pog'onaga, kelasi tamoyilga o'tishingiz mumkin.
So if this side is called failing elegantly, meaning how do you start a business, test it out, how do you succeed while investing?
Bu qoidani tushuntirish uchun menga 2 kun ham kerak bo'lishi mumkin. Boshida men hammasini tushuntirib berishim kerak bo'ladi. Siz agar bankrot bo'lsangiz, qanday ko'p chig'inlarsiz bankrot bo'lish yoki muvaffaqiyatga erishish yo'llarini siz boricha tushunib chiqishingiz kerak bo'ladi.
Now, that being said, what I urge you to do here is, I don't have time today to go into all this, but this information is available online. I'm urging you that after this weekend is over, go home and if you're in business, make sure that you go and study the rules. There's other people as well. You can get them for free. You don't have to pay for it.
Mr.
Belfort, good to see you. On the this note, I'll be assisting our translator on getting your idea transferred the right way into in the entrepreneurship kind of ecosystem. I'm an entrepreneur myself, so I think it'll be better for me to understand on what we're going to do and how we transfer the idea. Hurmatli bizani shu eventimizni tashkilotlari va shu yerda o'tirgan odamlar, hozirgi paytda Mr. Belfortda ideyalarni do konca olib borib berish uchun meni iltimos qilishdi. Tadbirkor yaxshiroq tushunish uchun shu momentda men o'zim qo'limdan kelgancha sizlarga yordam berib ideyalarni do konca olib boraman.
So, well, I'm done with entrepreneurship, but anyway, but ironically, but here's the point. I want just to frame this for you by just understand that I know most of you are in business, right? There are these rules of business. Now, within business, there are these 2 sides to it. On the other side of the equation, you have sales. Marketing on one side, sales on the other.
Har bitta biznes o'zini formulasi bor. Bir tomonda marketing bo'lsa, boshqa tomonda prodaja, ya'ni sotish.
Now, on the marketing side, the purpose of marketing is to go out into the world, and you can do it online or offline, and you're trying to identify who your best buyers are, how do you
eng katta rolini, produksiyalarni, servislarni butun dunyoga tarqatish. Bu offline rejimda bo'ladi, magazinlaringlarni, mana shu xaridorni kelib bemalol sotib oladi. Или online rejimda, e-commerce variant.
And then the other side you have sales, which means what do you do after you have all these people, they come into your sales funnel, they're prospects. How do you take the prospects and actually close the deal and make money? That's sales.
marketingga ikkinchi tomon marketing bo'yicha, ikkinchi tomoni продажа, ya'ni sotuvlar. Marketingda уже klientskiy bazani yig'ib olganinglarda, уже mana shu potensialniy klientlar bilan deal yopasizlar. Ya'ni уже savdo qilasizlar. Bular sizlarning tovaringlarni, produktlaringlarni sotib olishadi.
Because you could have the greatest marketing in the world. You could be a marketing expert. But if you don't know how to close, and when I say close, that means get people to say yes, to buy, yes, to buy, to put money up, then all the marketing in the world is not going to make you rich.
Marketingda ekspert bo'lsangiz mumkin, juda ham ko'p tajribangiz bo'lsa mumkin. Lekin mana shu produksiyani sotib olib o'shanga pul ola olmasanglar, marketingingizni bitmaydi.
Conversely, if you have an incredible sales force, but terrible marketing, well, a great sales force, they can cold call, they can do their best, but I will tell you, it's very difficult to really grow a world-class sales force in the absence of having really good marketing that provides the salespeople with leads.
Sotdinglar, hammasini hal qildinglar, lekin agar marketing tomonidan ham sizlarda tajribalar bo'lmasa, уже sizlar produktlarni mana shu potensial klientlarga yetkazib bera olmaysizlar.
Now, sometimes in businesses, those roles get combined, where the salesperson is also responsible for the marketing. It's very common in the United States in real estate, where a real estate agent who is a salesperson will also do their own marketing.
Biznesda xabaringlar bor, допустим, Amerikani olsak, marketing qilib turgan odam ham sotuv qila oladi. Или наоборот, sotuv qilib yurgan odam marketingda ham ozgina panyachasi bo'lishi kerak.
But I just want to be clear to everybody here, just know this as business owners, or if you're just salespeople yourself, is that a far better way to go about building a very large, successful company is to have separate people engaging in the marketing and separate people doing the selling. Why? Because they're entirely different skill sets.
Biznesni boshlaganingizda asoschi bo'lib turib, продажалаган, sotuvlagan o'zingizlar ham javob berishga harakat qilasizlar. Lekin Mr. Belfort aytibdi, har bitta odamning o'zining roli bor. Agar siz asoschi bo'lsangiz, обязательно sotuvga o'zini olasiz.
But you might not be proficient at marketing. Marketing is a very changing, the rules are changing. So if you're not good at that, you don't know that, and you're in sales, you're going to set yourself up for failure.
Har bitta xabaringlar bor, sotuvchini ham, marketing odamni ham o'ziga yarasha qiladigan ishlari bor. Например, algoritmlarni, yangi sotuv yo'llarini yo'lga qo'yish uchun ko'p asoschilarni
Marketing is the gasoline, the petrol that makes the engine, the sales engine run. You could have the greatest sales team in the world without marketing, bringing in leads, the car can't go anywhere.
Mr. Belfort hozir metafora ishlatyaptilar. Marketing bu как benzin. Mashinaga benzin tushganda motor ishlashni boshlaydi. Har bitta biznesda marketing shunaqa yo'nalishda ishlaydi.
And just to repeat, just remember this, remember I said this, that they're entirely different competencies. One business that follows the rules with a kick-ass marketing campaign, brings in the leads. How do you take the leads that come in and close them and make money?
Xuddi o'sha ssenariyda уже kompaniya o'ylash kerak, marketingimiz zo'r, endi sotishchi yo'lini yo'lga qo'yishimiz kerak.
So when it comes to making money, I'll be honest, the single most important skill, bar none, is the ability to close the fucking deal. That's the single most important skill, to close.
Ko'pchilik tushungan bo'lsa kerak, Mr. Belfort aytadilar, любой biznesda marketingingiz kuchli bo'ladimi, ana juda ham ekspertli ishlaydimi? Eng glavnisi o'zingizlarning tovaringlarni sotish, ya'ni o'sha sotgan tovaringlarga pul olish.
And it just so happens that's my specialty.
Shu Mr. Belfort'da yo'nalishlari bor.
So that's really what I'm known. You see, you probably know this. So I'm known for having the most effective way of closing and teaching salespeople to close.
Mr. Belfort'da eng katta yo'nalishlari hamma butun dunyo biladi, shu bo'lib, ana olib borib berib qo'yish bo'yicha klient ekspertlar.
The reason, though, that I started this way is because I know that most of you, if not all of you, are either business owners or trying to start a business. So I just want you to be clear that, because I'm only going to talk about sales now. I'm going to go from this point forward. All happens in the context of running a kick-ass business. That's how you make money.
Xabarlar bor, shu o'tirgan juda ham ko'p tadbirkorlar bor. O'zlarini tomonlarini aytishyapti. To'shto bularga eng glavnisi shu ya'ni mana shu sotuvni oxirigacha olib borish.
So does that make sense? Everybody, yes? All right, so let me start by saying, what is sales? What at the highest level, what is it? So there's really two sides to this here. Number one, there's sales in the context of, I gotta close the deal. I gotta sell, I'm a salesperson, I'm gonna close someone on buying whatever I'm selling. That's one side.
Hozirgi mavzu sotish bo'yicha bo'ladi. Sotuv bu o'zi nima? Birinchi tomoni sotuvni oxiriga
people to come work, hiring, selling bankers on giving you money and capital. And do as we move through life, we're always selling to see things our way so we can get what we want.
ikkinchi sotish bu sizlar klientga faqat sotuv emas, lekin boshqa narsalarni ham qilish. Допустим, degan ma'no bor biznesda xabaringiz bo'lsa kerak, ta'sir qilish klientga.
By the way, are we at altitude here? Are we high up? Are we high up?
I'm not really sure, but we're in the middle of the city, right? But
Is this a mountain? What's the elevation here?
hozir so'rayaptilar, biz juda ham tepada anaqa o'tiribmizmi deb so'rayapti.
Is it
Just a
elevation?
second.
Are we high up? No.
Not really.
Okay, anyway. Just wondering. Anyway, let's just try. Okay, so let's get to it. Let me tell you what sales is not. Sales, specifically, is not about getting people who are not interested in what you have to somehow buy from you. That is not what professional salespeople do.
Sotuvda eng glavniy momenti bu mana shu odamlar bo'lajak klientlarni o'zinglarni produksiyalariga reklama qilib ularni olib kelish. Bular hali sotmoqchi emas, lekin sizlar ta'sir qilib o'sha klientlarni o'zinglarni produksiyalarini sotish kerak. Dr. Belfort, if you want we can have a drink. There's a water.
So anyway, so in other words, sales is not about getting people who are not interested to say yes. What sales is about is taking people who say, let me think about it, let me call you back, it's a bad time of year, I don't have the money right now. All the common objections we hear. When you are an expert salesman, what you do is you get those people, as we say in English, they're on the fence, they're not saying no, they're not saying yes. You want to take those people, those two things are entirely different. The biggest mistake that rookie young salespeople make is they try everyone.
Sotuv deganda bizda ikkita yo'l bor, ikkita jamoa bor. Bitta odam sotib olmayman deyapti. Har bitta gruppaga har xil e'tibor qilish kerak. O'shanishini hozir Mr. Belfort tushuntirib beradi.
In English we call that a fool's errand.
ingliz tilida o'zbekchaga tarjima qilganda bu full of errors deydi, ya'ni ошибкаларni biz предавать qilishimiz.
So sales is not about turning no's into yeses.
Bizga
It's about
xat
turning, let me think
qo'ydi.
about it.
Telegram,
Yes,
Instagram
let me call you
kanallarimiz ham
back.
bor.
Bad time of year.
Telegram
That's
kanallarimizda
what
audio
professional salespeople do.
zapslar hammasini tashlaymiz.
Sotuvda kimdir yo olmayman deganda, yo sizga ta'sirchilik bildirib, yo olasan degani emas.
And by the way, thank God for that. Because at the end of the day, that's why salespeople get paid so much money.
Poiska UzbekEco deb yozasizlar, tikka uradi. UzbekEco.
Situatsiyalarga qarab sotuvchilar eng ko'p daromad olib keladi kompaniya.
People will always pay a lot of money for a salesperson who can take, let me think about it, let me call you back, man, tell me to take those objections, turn them into yeses.
Именно sotuvchilar ololmayotgan odamlarni ta'sirchilik bildirib kompaniyaga sotuvlarni ko'paytirib berishadi.
Any monkey can take the people who already want to buy and read through a script. They say yes automatically. That's not what you get paid big money for in sales.
Agar kompaniyalarda sotuvga javob beradigan odam bo'lsa, sizlar oylikni prosta klientlar bilan gaplashganingiz uchun to'lamaysiz. Sizlarga navbaro shu produksiyalarni sotib
Common objections. Common objections.
Anglishcha so'z common objection. Bu ya'ni har bitta mana shu potensial klientlarni o'zini anaqasi bo'ladi, celi bo'ladi olishga.
Let me think about it, let me call you back, let me speak to my wife, send me some information, it's a bad time of year, I'm not liquid right now, I gotta speak to fucking Santa Claus, the Tooth Fairy, whatever it might be.
Potensial klientlarni har xil o'ziga yarasha muammolari bo'ladi. Olishdan oldin xotinim bilan gaplashish, uydagilar bilan gaplashish, mana shu moment
UzbekEco qo'shilib yoziladi.
At taking those common objections and turn them into yes.
sotuvchilarning eng katta tseli mana shu aytgan narsalarimizni hammasini yes, ya'ni ha, olaman degan ideyaga olib kelish.
So the $1 million question is, how do you do that?
$1 million savol, qanaqa qilib shu narsani qilsak bo'ladi?
So let's get to that.
Hozir men tushuntirib beraman.
Sales, number one, sales at the highest level is the transference of emotion. Let me repeat that. Sales at the highest level is the transference of emotion.
Sotuvda eng katta narsa bu emotsiyalarga shaffoflik.
And the primary emotion that you're transferring is the emotion of certainty. The emotion of certainty.
Emotsiyalardan biri bu o'ylaymiz.
For example, when we think of certainty in sales, the prospect, before they buy your product, they need to be absolutely, positively certain that what you're selling them, what you're offering them is the best. It's got the best value proposition, the best features and benefits, it's going to solve their problems, eliminate their pain. They need to be absolutely certain about that.
Sotuvda eng важный element bu uverенность. Ya'ni sizni sotayotgan produktingiz bu value proposition, ya'ni ценность. Ценностьsiz sizlarning konkurentinglardan baland bo'lishi kerak va narxni
Coca-Cola deki.
So I want you to imagine for a second what I call a continuum of certainty, a line of certainty. On one side you have the number 1, on the other side you have the number 10.
Uverенность hozir уровенini chizib oldilar, 1 dan 10 gacha.
So what would a 10 represent? Let's say you're selling insurance. You're an insurance salesperson, and you're trying to close someone on buying a certain
Jordan Belfort
insurance
1 dan 10 gacha ham klientlarni tanlab olish kerak degan.
Sound like
Buni
when they're
kitobidan, o'zini
at
kitobidan
10
o'qib bilsangiz
on
bo'ladi.
the certainty scale, meaning they're absolutely certain.
Xabaringlar bor, hozir mana страховкаlar bor, ya'ni insurance. Mana shu insurance'ni bizda sotishimiz kerak potensial klientlarga 1 dan 10 gacha hozir baholaymiz.
Demak,
So what would they sound
baholash.
like? Well, if you asked them a question, if you said, hey, what do you think of this insurance policy? What would it then sound like?
Ya'ni bizning
Страховкаlar ham
klientimiz
har xillari bor. Birinchi o'chirib biz bilishimiz kerak, bizani potensial klientlar qanaqa страховкani qidirayotgan.
So I'll tell you, a 10 would be like, oh my God, this is the best policy in the world. It protects my family, it's cost effective, they pay out the benefits right away, the company is secure, this insurance policy, I've checked out all the other policies, this is by far the best policy in the world. That's a 10.
Tasavvur qilinglar, страховая kompaniya, ya'ni klient bildi, что mana shu страховая kompaniya eng yaxshisi, mana oilamni ham, допустим, страховать qiladi, boshqa imуществolarimni ham o'sha kompaniya hozir 10.
That's a 10, right? Well, what does a 1 sound like? A 1 meaning they think it's the biggest piece of shit in the world. It's the world's worst insurance policy.
Endi hozir biz sizlarga mana shu eng yomon, ya'ni bir уровеньli страховой kompaniyani aytamiz.
So if I said, hey, what do you think of this policy? They'd be like, that's the biggest piece of shit in the world. I would never put you crazy. The insurance coverage sucks. It won't help me at all. It's overpriced. They're just assholes. In a million years, I would never buy this policy. It doesn't help me. It's the world's worst policy. That's a 1.
Agar sizlardan kimdir so'rasa, mana shu bir yo'nalishli страховкani sizlar aytasizlar, men buni hech kimga, допустим, rekomendovat qilmayman. Bu, короче, полностью 0.
So 10, it's the best. 1, it's the worst.
Уровеньli страховой kompaniya eng zo'ri, bir bu eng yomoni.
In terms of what the prospect is thinking.
Bu bizlarga potensial klientlarning nima o'ylashini olib kelib beradi.
So then obviously now we have all the other numbers.
1 dan 10 gacha xabaringlar bor, boshqa sifralarimiz ham bor.
A 5. If you said to a prospect, hey, what do you think of a policy? And they were at a 5, they'd be like, yeah, it sounds pretty good. I think it's okay. I mean, I don't know. There's some others I think I like more, but it's okay. That's a 5.
Agar sizlardan qaysidir страховой kompaniyani so'rashsa,